Welcome to Scratch Tutorials number 10. Today we'll be covering the Make a Block feature of Scratch under the More Blocks menu. If you click on this menu, you'll see this button, Make a Block. Make a Block does exactly what it sounds like. It allows the user to make their own Scratch block. Sometimes in code, you have long sections of blocks that you need to repeat multiple times throughout the code. For example, this cat here repeats a dance 3 times, and between dances it says something, switches costumes, or changes color. If we look at the code, we can see a chunk of code being used repeatedly. We want to condense the code and make it a bit easier to read, but we can't use the repeat block because not everything is repeated exactly. Instead, we can make a block to substitute the chunks that are repeated. Go to the More Blocks menu to make a block. I'll name this block Dance. You can see that when I hit OK, this block pops up. This is a definition block where I will define what dance stands for. If I drag this dance over, then this block, dance, will now stand for all of these blocks. So I can replace every instance of this with just the block dance. And every time the cat sees this block, it will do all of this. Make a block can also be used to make a code easier to edit. This cat has a timer that, by default, counts down from 30. If we need to change what number it counts down from, however, we need to change both this number and this number. And if we need to use this timer in multiple places, that would be kind of inconvenient. So let's turn this into an easy to read, easy to edit block. Go to the More Blocks menu and make a block titled Timer. I'll add a numerical input under the Options menu and call it Seconds. When I make this block, you can see that the user needs to input a number when they want to use the block. In this case, they can input the number of seconds that the timer counts down from. The number that they input is stored here in the definition block. Now we can drag this timer over here and replace all instances of the number of seconds with this block. And then we can just replace it under when flag is clicked with this. Now this might look like more work than we had before. Why should we use more blocks than we need to? In the long run, however, making your own blocks can help other users understand your program, and the more times you need to use a particular chunk of script, the more useful making a block will be. Let's try it with our Mad Libs program. You can see here that sections of the code, especially the parts where the user inputs answers, are very similar to each other. What if we made a block to represent one of these instead? Pause the video here and try it on your own. For the most part, the cat says the same thing in each of these lines. Choose a noun, choose an adjective. A noun, an adverb, an adjective, a noun. Only the last 2 words are different. I'm going to make a block and call it ask for, and under options, I'm going to add a text input. So we can specify what the cat needs to ask for. Then I'll use the ask block and join blocks to put a sentence together. Then I want to make sure that every answer is added to the list. Alright, now we can replace all of these with our new ask for blocks. This makes our code much easier to read and edit, especially if we plan on making longer Mad Libs. You can make new blocks whenever you find it necessary, like if your code gets too long or repetitive, or if you just want to make debugging easier. So be sure to practice and apply it to anything you program. And as always, happy coding, and thanks for watching.